Good morning. Today we are working on CO13. I can convert between mixed numbers and improper fractions. So going back and forth between the two. So in order to do that, we need to know all of these definitions so we can make sure that we are doing the correct thing. So our first one is a proper fraction. A proper fraction, the numerator is less than the denominator. So the value of the fraction is less than 1 whole. So an example would be 2/3. The numerator 2 is less than the denominator of 3. 2/3 is less than 1 whole piece. A whole fraction, the numerator is equal to the denominator. Its value, the value, is equal to 1 whole. An example would be 2/2. The numerator and the denominator are the same numbers. An improper fraction, the numerator is greater than the denominator. Ran out of room for that R there. Ah. Let me rewrite denominator smaller. So the value is greater than 1 whole. So an example would be 3/2. 3 is bigger than 2. It's bigger than 1 whole. If we had the 2/2, it's 1 whole. 3/2 is more than 1 whole. So a mixed number is another form of an improper fraction. It clearly shows how many wholes there are. In our example of 3/2, that would be 1 and 1/2. So we can see there's clearly 1 whole and then a half after it. So it's more than 1 whole. So you see those whole numbers, you can easily see it's bigger than 1 whole. So these two are what we are focusing on today. Going back and forth between that improper fraction and the mixed number. improper fractions and mixed numbers are similar, and that they both have a value greater than 1 whole. Because of this, they are really just different ways to write the same fraction. One clearly defines the number of wholes, the mixed number, and the other clearly defines the part you have compared to the whole, improper fraction. So how many of those halves go over the 1 whole? So we're going to convert from a mixed number to an improper fraction, or the improper fraction to the mixed number. You have experience with this from 5th grade. Let's see what you remember. If we have our mixed number of 2 and 1/3, how, listen carefully to the question, how do I make that an improper fraction? Joy? How do I do that? So there are certain steps we need to follow. Rhoda, walk me through the steps.
We need to multiply 2 times 3, and then add it to the numerator and that's it.
So you multiply the denominator by the whole number, and then you add it to the numerator to make a new numerator. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. Your denominator stays the same. So if we were to see it all out there, I'm just going to show you what that looks like visually. So I have my bars broken up into thirds. I have 2 holes. So 2 holes are filled in, and then I have 1/3 after that. So this would be 2 holes and 1/3. If I want to make that improper, I count up how many sections I have. I have 7 sections out of those thirds. So I have 7 thirds. Does that make sense? So instead of having to show our pictures to count how many there are, we just multiply that denominator by the whole number and add the numerator. But this is what we're actually doing. So you can see it, all of those thirds and how many we have when we have 2 and 1/3. That would be 7 thirds. Let's try doing one more together. 4 and 4/5. What would that be? What math am I doing? Jack?
5 times 4 plus 4.
5, that denominator 5 times 4 plus 4. So 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 4 is 24/5. Okay, so that's how we go from the mixed number to the improper. Then we have improper, we need to turn into a mixed number. How do we do that, Michael?
Well, there's 2 ways to do it. I usually choose the longer way.
Okay, so
So
walk
it's-
me through that.
So it's subtracting the numerator by 5 until you get it lower than 1.
Because we want to see how many times can we take the 5, that denominator, out of your numerator. So Michael's right, this is the longer way, but this is a perfectly fine way of doing it. So we're going to take that 5 away 1 time. 14 minus 5 is 9. Then, I can take 5 away again. 9 minus 5 is 4. I can't take 5 away from 4. I don't have enough. So I go back and I count, how many times did I take the 5 away? I took the 5 away 2 times, and I have 4 left over. That becomes my new numerator. So you count how many times you're able to take the denominator out, and then your remainder becomes the numerator. And like Michael said, there's 2 different ways to do it. One is doing all the subtracting. The other one is saying, okay, my multiples of 5, I know I've got 5, 10, 15, oh, 15's too big, because my numerator's 14. So I can do 5, 10, I can take that 5 out 2 times, and I know that that is 10. 14 minus that 10, I'm left with that 5 as my remainder, so it's my new numerator. So one, you can just work with those multiples if you know them. The other is just doing it, subtracting out. How many times can I subtract it out? You get the same answer either way. It's whichever one works for you. So you decide which way is easier, knowing your multiples and just going to that highest multiple right away, or subtracting each time to make sure you don't make a simple math mistake. If at any point you're doing this, if you said, okay, I can take 5 away from 14 one time and then I've got 9 left over, if you're left with a numerator that's bigger than your denominator, you're not done yet. That numerator has to be smaller than your denominator. So you have to keep pulling it out until you can't pull it out anymore. So let's look at 22 over 9. What would my answer be for 22 over 9? What is the mixed number? What do you think, Joy? So what math did you do there? I saw you doing it mentally. What did you do?
2 times 9 is 18. If I did 3, it would be 27 not 2 days, and then 18 plus 3 is 24.
Okay, so here's what I want us to do, because we do have to show our work. I want you to put down what you were doing. So you did 22 minus 18, because you knew 9 times 2 is 18, but then I want you to show that math. What is, I have to carry over here, what is 12 minus 8, Joy? Twelve minus 8 is actually 4. So instead of just relying completely on that mental math, I want you to go and actually write out the subtracting that you're doing and double checking to make sure that we're not making those simple math mistakes. Joy knew the steps, which is awesome. But then we also have to make sure that the math is correct. So she was super close. Writing it out will help you catch those simple mistakes. Okay? So make sure you show your work. No gold stars for mental math. Show the subtracting that you're doing. Which method are you doing? Are you going to subtract it out each time? Or are you going to find that highest multiple that you can take out? Either way, you have to show me that subtraction that you do along with it. On the bottom row, it's mixed up, so you have to pay attention. Am I going from improper to mixed or mixed to improper? Then at the bottom it says write 3 pairs of mixed numbers and improper fractions that have the same value. So you're going to have one set here, one set here, and one set here. So I could say 3 halves is equal to 1 and 1/2. You come up with 2 more. Okay, give me the improper and its mixed number. Give me an improper and its mixed number. Give me an improper and its mixed number. Okay? Any questions on today? All right, go slow. We saw that it's easy to make mistakes when we're doing that mental math. So make sure you are double checking your math work. Okay. double check it, that you're not making simple mistakes. Come see me if you have questions. When you are finished, you are working on packet number 2. You are working on your Khan Academy. You are working on memorizing the mysteries of the rosary. So this is work time, not social time. Go slow. Get everything done correctly, so that way we know how to do the math right away. If you are watching at home, I hope you are well, and I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day, and don't forget to like and subscribe.